Beautiful Virgo, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for May 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your monthly reading for May. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And May is a very powerful month. There are many intense shifts occurring this month. You may have been feeling extra exhausted, burnt out, and fed up recently, but Mars now reappears 15 degrees apart from Saturn, and that occurs on the 4th of May. And this really is a big deal as our collective motivation returns. Vibrations raise higher spiritually. You'll be embracing that inner warrior to overcome challenges and find solutions to any problems that you've been experiencing recently. So expect to feel more energized this month, motivated and tenacious to move forward on long-term goals. Now, Saturn is a very serious planet that can be a bit of a hard taskmaster, pushing us to work hard, maintain momentum, and remain true to our path without distraction. And this in turn can create minor tension with others as we all jostle with an intense change of pace and energy. But ultimately, Mars encourages you to be passionate about all of your endeavors. You'll embrace self-expression as well as creativity and feel enthusiastic to learn new things. You'll also pay more attention to health, body, mind, and soul. And of course, Mars reignites that spark that may have been missing for the last couple of months as Mars has been hidden. Now, Jupiter, the most auspicious planet of prosperity, shines its beautiful energy upon us all, finally delivering better times ahead. And as we've officially moved into Taurus season, we should expect amplified opportunities and success in areas that you have been focusing all of your energy on, as well as, of course, discovering new ideas on how to increase wealth and repay debt and create solid foundations financially for stability. Also, more invitations to events should start to flow in. You may also start to plan more things this month. And with Jupiter showing up in the sign of Gemini, you'll feel a bit more sociable and potentially meet new people to add to your soul tribe. The new moon on the 8th of May is all about reconnecting with nature, falling back in love with your life, attracting good luck, and deepening your connection with the law of attraction. And the full moon in Sagittarius on the 23rd of May will actually help inject more opportunities for adventure, to really take charge and make bold decisions while seeing the bigger picture of your life to remain on track, but also to attract more fun and spontaneity along the way. Now, it is worth noting that Jupiter will conjunct the Sun on the 18th of May. And after that, Jupiter will not grant any more wishes until later on in the year. So get all your wishes on track before the 18th. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be successful or have any of your wishes delivered after that date. It just means that the energy is a little bit less for you to tap into. It does start to increase from the end of June there. So there is just a little bit of a pause on Jupiter's benevolence during that time after the 18th. Okay, so on a personal level, though, May is actually a month full of potential and lucky breaks. And despite chaotic surroundings, you have the ability to tap into this auspicious energy. Now, however, on a global scale, the reappearance of Mars can actually escalate conflicts that are already in motion, and power plays can increase tension further. Plus, the disappearance of Jupiter can actually see public figures in power suddenly disappear from the spotlight or shirk responsibility or accountability when the public need them the most to step up and lead. You'll also see some surprising moments of, that just popped right out there. Some of you may see some surprising moments where people in positions of power suddenly decide to leave their post, resign, or are nudged out of their position. And this could disrupt the flow of things as well. Now, also, I hate to say this, but there are going to be some crazy weather events that will continue to occur, sadly. And of course, hurricane season may actually even start early this year, disrupting the natural flow of weather systems. Mars's gravitational energy can actually affect the Earth, especially in terms of volcanic activity as well. So as we are in Taurus season, and Taurus is an Earth element, we could see more earthquake activity in areas where they are not typical. And I did mention this in one of my readings a couple of weeks back. It was just before we had the earthquake in New York. I did mention that there would be some strange earthquake activity in places that are not prone to earthquakes. We're going to see more of that. Also, maybe even tornadoes in places that never really get tornadoes. So expect some of the unexpected, let's put it that way, when it comes to weather. Also, Mars and Saturn partnering up actually affects water. So there could even be a large-scale flooding event, especially in or near or around the Ring of Fire. I'm being drawn to that area in particular. And you know what? I really hope I'm wrong. You know, that's definitely one time I really, really hope that I'm wrong. But I thought I'd mention it because I keep being drawn to it, so I have to mention it there. Now, the good news is, though, Mercury is no longer in retrograde. Yay! So there should be a little bit of an easier time when it comes to formulating plans, strategizing. Electronic things may work a little bit better, but we do have some intense solar flares this month, so it would be prudent to save down any important documents or financial statements, as there may be some gremlins in the system, cyber attacks on apps or power outages. Also, I'm actually seeing, and this is just coming in right now, for some of you, and this is not going to resonate with all of you, but it's just coming in. Some of you may even tap your card to pay for something and it may get declined even though you've got cash in there. I'm just seeing that happen as well. So there may be something going on with, that tap system where you put your card on the reader, as it were. There may be some issue with that somewhere. They're not giving me an exact location there, but it's something to look out for happening in the month of May as well. Also, many more exposés will continue to be revealed. And if you remember my yearly predictions, you'll know that Pluto continues to expose all things that have been hidden from the collective, which can feel very uncomfortable at first, but they definitely want that card for you. But Pluto reveals and creates tension in order to purge and deliver great karmic paybacks. So it will work in the collective's favor long term, but it could feel a little bit weird for a little while. I mean, the last couple of years have been a little bit weird, let's face it, but I feel there is more to come, but it just feels like things will start to eventually resolve themselves, okay? Now, ultimately, on a personal level, it is a month to rediscover your passion, to rediscover your energy and focus and channel it into all of your endeavors, and really check in with your strategy and, be productive, edging closer to achieving your goals. And the first card you've got there, my beautiful Virgo, is pressure. Some of you have been under a lot of pressure. You've been pushed and pulled in many different directions. You feel like you are multitasking everything in your life right now. It just feels like there's a lot. And incidentally, when I lit the candle for you to start your reading, the candle itself, it wouldn't light at first. Then the match actually split in half. And then what I do is I light the candle and then I extinguish the match, which was kind of broken but still hanging on with a thread. And I put it in the water to, connect to the energy. And, part of the match just like came off and started floating in the water. And I felt perhaps that's how you've been feeling, my beautiful Virgo. You've been holding on, keeping it all together. Some of you may have felt like you've been at breaking point, that perhaps you've had so many overwhelming thoughts. Some of you may have felt that you've been so busy, there's just never enough time in the day. You may feel really exhausted, you're trying to catch a break, and you may feel that you're searching for inspiration. Even though you're still working hard towards creating abundance, you're focusing on your responsibilities and your plans, it just feels like a lot. But I do feel that May brings a level of respite, especially the first 3 weeks. I mean, the fourth week, I feel like there's something we need to look into here because we do have the Devil card. So there is the potential here to feel a little bit stuck, even though you are making progress. But I'll check in with that because the Devil card, it's not an evil card. It can highlight that you're leading with your passions so that you can be clear where you can help yourself out of a bind or out of a situation that you feel is very overwhelming. So I will tap into that. But since your first card there is pressure, I feel you are kind of like dominating the pressure this month. It feels like you're a little bit more in control of it. I feel for some of you, and this may not resonate with everyone, of course, I can only give you the majority energy that I'm feeling in the reading. Some of you may have felt that things have been very chaotic, almost like situations have been a little bit turned upside down. Things have happened that you didn't expect, and you're just trying to remain in control in some way because you have the Emperor there as well. But this card is transformation. So some of you may actually be trying to change some things in your world. These could be big changes. For some of you, it could be that you're relocating. You could be moving properties, and it just feels like a lot of pressure. You're still trying to do life, pay the bills, keep on top of things, whilst at the same time you may feel like all of your life is in boxes right now. You're trying to organize, get everything all together, call all the people that can help you with either purchasing property. It just feels overwhelming. For some of you, it could be that you are moving abroad, or you're trying to find a way to, have a major lifestyle change, and it just feels overwhelming. Whilst, especially with the Devil card, sometimes human beings, we fall into patterns. It's just how we're made, and you may be trying to break a habit or try to change something, and there may be temptation there, or it may feel like a lot. But this month, you're definitely in control of this, okay? Now, this card is a very interesting card. It is number 26. When you reduce it, 2 plus 6 is 8, and that's the number of the self. So I definitely see for the month of May, you're looking at where you put extra pressure on yourself with your expectations, with this sense of having to be in control, having to strategize, think about the future, whilst at the same time do everything that you need to do in the now. And then some of you are also thinking about past situations or even things that you put on hold because you've been doing a lot. And some of you have also been neglecting your own needs. So it just feels like all of it came rushing in at once. And that may have been because we went through that eclipse. Sometimes it can really amplify very intense energy, and it forces us to change. Now, I feel like you are looking at the expectations that you have upon yourself, and you're managing them in a more compassionate way this month, okay? So I feel like you're still accomplishing everything you set out to do. Some of you are like launching new businesses or thinking about new ways of increasing your finances, or working really hard towards becoming financially independent, paying off those bills, making sure that you get to save a little bit more, or you're just restructuring your finances. I mean, your 9th house is actually governing you at the beginning of the month, and that's all about the great quest for meaning, the meaning of life, the meaning of your purpose. You're connecting to that life's purpose, and you're developing more of a deeper relationship with your higher self. But also I feel you may get this sense of responsibility to reestablish a grounding in your world and make sure that you are on track to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. Also, some of you may feel compelled to book a spiritual retreat during this time, or look into it in order to cultivate your mindset. Give yourself a bit of a break if you're lucky enough to have one. It could be a vacation that you're planning. But also, I feel like, as I said, 9th house is about looking at the bigger picture, and that will be amplified for you because also May, Taurus season, is all about the bigger picture as well. So sometimes when we look at the bigger picture, we start to feel overwhelmed. And because we see the goal that we want and we think, wow, that's a lot. But because you have the Emperor here and you have the Magician, remember, thoughts become things. I feel like you're manifesting at a very high degree this month, but also I feel like you are strategizing. You're taking steps, compartmentalizing the steps that you need to take in order to get to where you want to go, so you don't feel so overwhelmed there as well. Now, this card, as I said, it is actually a very important card because this is a card where you can view pressure as being negative, or you can see it as a shaper of worlds to direct your energy into positive influences. So I feel like you tend to be a person who doesn't really like pressure. I mean, nobody does. I feel like you're definitely trying to manage your stress levels, but also I feel like you work really well under pressure and you can actually benefit from this energy rather than be disadvantaged by it. So I definitely see you're going to be very productive. I feel with the Emperor energy, some of you, if you're in a career, for example, you may even be thrust into the limelight in some way to lead a team or take over an appraisal or step into someone else's role for a while whilst they are temporarily unavailable or unwell, for example. For some of you, it could be that you are suddenly thrust into a promotion, and whilst it will come as a nice surprise, actually you worked really hard for this and you've established yourself as being someone who's very gifted, very talented, even though sometimes you doubt your skill set. Some of you may even feel that you have not been utilizing your skill set and you've hit a glass ceiling in a career sector, and you're taking yourself elsewhere to find new possibilities for increased finances, but also more responsibility, more status, and to move up the ladder. I definitely see that May is a month where you could connect to promotions, raises, maybe even a bonus as well here, because there is an increase in your finances at the end of the month. And some of you are thinking about becoming your own entrepreneur, setting up your own business, and being your own boss. But even if I take out, a career energy from this, because the career energy came through very heavily there, for some of you, this is about leading your life, marching to the beat of your own drum, and really, taking charge of your life, taking action. Some of you are really looking at where people put pressure on you and you are dominating the energy, reestablishing your power in some way, exerting yourself in a way that erects healthier boundaries and says, no, you don't get to force me into a situation or try to influence me in any shape or form. I really get a sense here that you're standing your ground on something as well. Now, the Emperor card is a very serious card. Okay, it can indicate that you have a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders right now. You're going to be very productive. You're going to definitely accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. And you can be very proud of yourself at the end of May because you have accomplished quite a lot by the end of May there as well. But some of you are also thinking about the future. And sometimes when we're strategizing our plans for the future, that's when pressure or this overwhelming sense of anxiety can come into play. But I feel like you're living more in the now in the month of May, or you're trying to be a little bit more present so that it comes as a relief and it helps you find more inner peace there as well. Now, of course, this is a card of power, being in a very powerful position, but also it's about protecting your energy, erecting healthier boundaries. And we do have the Magician card. So I feel like you're protecting your thoughts and channeling your energy into healthy pursuits this month. So you could be taking control over a toxic trait that you potentially have. I mean, we all have one at some stage. For example, if you tend to take on a lot of responsibility and always be there to help other people, and don't get me wrong, you really want to help other people, right? But you could feel that sometimes you have little time left for yourself, or you feel that someone may take advantage of you always offering your time, and you start to get a little bit resentful that you've given so much of yourself and then you didn't realize that actually you've left yourself with no time. I know I certainly take on a lot sometimes with family or friends, and I give with a full heart saying, you know what, I want to help. I'm really there in that moment. And then suddenly I'm like, oh, I didn't do that thing for me. And oh, I was meant to do that as well. Oh, and I didn't do that. And I think at the end of the day, I think, oh, I've done so much for everybody and I forgot about me. So sometimes I just feel that's one of my toxic traits that I'm trying to work through as well. So we all have something at some stage. So some of you maybe taking control of a toxic trait or removing yourself from a situation that has been toxic, because you have that devil card there, which means you are identifying something that feels a little bit off in your world, or you feel that you are completely stuck in right now, and you're strategizing a way out of it. Okay, for some of you, it could be that you're strategizing your way out of debt. You're repaying a debt, or you're finding a way to structure a budget to make sure that you're on track to repay that debt, whether it's a mortgage, whether it's a credit card debt, whatever it is. I feel like you're working your way towards stability, especially since your fourth house is governing you at the end of the month. So this is all about stability in your home life, all things domestic, but also, of course, it is about money. It's about your finances, acquisitions, and making sure that you're on track with a budget. So some of you, it could be that you are, creating some sort of strategy to budget better, or to be on top of your responsibilities at this time. I mean, your fourth house, it's also about domestic things. So you could be decluttering your home space, doing some DIY, reorganizing, maybe even giving the place a lick of paint, or even connecting to things that you've put on hold, things that you've been meaning to do for you for quite some time. This month, May, is the month where you're going to be able to do those things, okay? I feel like you'll be setting up a space that becomes your sanctuary, and I definitely see that there's bigger philosophical questions here this month for you, where you're looking at where you feel like you belong, analyzing your journey, how far you've come, processing your past, and looking for more stability, grounding, and security in the present moment, as well as for the future there as well. Now, the Magician card indicates you're someone who is very gifted, very talented, but it's also about being disciplined with your energy. So whether you're in a career or not, whether you have lots of projects on the go or not, this is about you channeling your energy into healthier pursuits and really focusing on what's important. So I do feel that some of you have a lot of responsibility at the moment, and you're focusing on those responsibilities right now. For some of you, this could be a little bit more amplified in May, because some of you could be trying to work really hard to get ready for a vacation, or get ready for a promotion, or prepare yourself for something that you are looking forward to for the future. But it feels like you're doing all the heavy lifting in life right now in order to get to where you want to go. You are going to see a breakthrough. You are going to see evidence in the month of May of things all coming together, and recognizing that success shall be yours in whatever area of life you have been wanting to have a breakthrough in, because it's going to be different for everybody. Now, these two cards are both about control. Don't shoot the messenger there, because we do have the devil card. So this can indicate some of you are looking at how rigid you try to control your life. Now, you're the sort of person, you work hard and you play harder. So, you try to find balance and fun in everything, but you may have been extra stricter on yourself recently. Maybe you're trying to save for a large purchase, or maybe you're trying to get serious about life. Some of you may have felt you needed a bit of a wake-up call to really focus on a task at hand. And you do have the Queen of Pentacles here. I mean, a lot of you have been putting your own needs on hold or neglecting your own needs. And I feel this is a time where, if you felt really disconnected from your sense of self, you're rediscovering yourself in the month of May. And I feel like you're focused more on your own needs, not in a selfish way, but remember, the cup of love, it starts with the self first. And if you have not been replenishing that cup, you cannot help other people with an empty cup. So I feel like you are recognizing that some of you, your energy levels have been super low. And now that you've got this boost of energy coming from Taurus season and from Mars in the month of May, I feel like now you're channeling it into stuff for you, okay? Now also, manifestation skills are going to be amplified this month. This Magician card indicates focused energy, being highly creative, very productive, and turning your visions into reality using inspired action. Also, I feel like you're building in your confidence, and whatever it is you're concentrating on right now, you will accomplish all that you desire, because this is a card that indicates you can accomplish any goal. You're setting your mind to it. And with all of these energies here, I feel like you're channeling all this extra energy into healthy pursuits to make sure that you are on track there as well. Now, I do see that the beginning of the month, it's going to be very busy for you. And something's coming out, because I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading. I'm getting this sense of like sensitivity to light. Okay, so some of you, if this is unusual, of course, like check it out with a practitioner. I don't see anything untoward here, but if it's something you're worried about, maybe check it out. But I feel it's more to do with sleep. Okay, sleeping patterns. So some of you, it could have been that perhaps there's like an extra lamppost gone up in your street, or maybe the light is too bright and you can't get a good night's sleep or something. I'm seeing someone like have some sort of light reduction curtains to sleep, or maybe even a sleeping mask. I feel, of course, sleep is always important because it rejuvenates the body, it repairs, and gives your supercomputer of a brain a rest, my beautiful Virgo. So maybe some of you are paying close attention to sleeping patterns in the month of May, and perhaps there's something to do with light or light sources that you're trying to block out in order to get a better quality sleep, okay? That's something that's really random that's just popped up there, but obviously it's come out there for somebody, but I think it could help. Now, we have Purity Ice, okay? Now, of course, this is a very important card as well. Anything to do with ice tends to mean something that you put on hold that you may return to in the month of May. This could be a project, could be a person, could also be, because I feel there's a potential here, especially since we have two people in your reading. So this could be two people, you and a person reuniting. Doesn't have to be an ex, but because they are a partnership, it could be that you hear from an ex or someone who wants to reach out and get back in touch with you. I mean, with the Devil card here, I feel there's an energy here of you worrying that perhaps this person falls back into old traits. I would say actions speak louder than words. If this person shows up but doesn't really show up, if you know what I mean, if they promise the world and deliver nothing, then take them at their actions, not at their words. They may really mean what they say, but I feel like they may not be capable of offering everything that they want to offer in this moment. And you're not about wasting time. I definitely see this month you're completely focused on moving your life forwards, not backwards, is what I see there. Now, of course, it is number 33, so that is the Lover's card. So I definitely see if some of you are single and looking for love, and some of you may have put your love life on hold, or you may have felt it's been dormant, nothing's happening. It's almost like your libido has been completely frozen for some time and you've been channeling your energy into other pursuits. Well, you may be about to meet someone new. I feel here that there is the start of a wonderful relationship, and this is a soulmate, a divine counterpart coming in here, okay? So I'm quite excited about that. I really feel that you won't really establish a high-level commitment until later on in the year, but it is the start, and it is actually a healthy relationship. But with the Devil card present, some of you may be a little bit nervous or worried about whether this person could exhibit traits of someone toxic from your past, or whether something from your past could get repeated, but I don't see that happening with a new person. So I just want you to be aware of that as well, okay? Now this card, of course, this is a card that indicates the way forward is clear for you. Some of you, especially since it's been in a resistance position, you may feel that things have not been clear recently. You may have felt that life has been a little bit chaotic, perhaps even different than it was a couple of years ago, and something's changed and you want to return to a better time, or you want to return to something that feels a little bit more passionate, more intense. And some of you may have felt that you've been, dormant. For some of you, it could be that you've had a creative block, or especially since we've got the Empress card there, some of you may have had a project that you had on the go and then you left it. You may return to it in the month of May. Some of you may also have wanted to push through a creative block, but you just weren't there yet, where you're going to have that breakthrough in the month of May there as well. Now, also, if you are pregnant, if you're currently pregnant and expecting a child, I definitely see this one is a very special child coming through, but also I feel they may be a little bit late, okay? This one, they're really cozy, they're really comfy, and I feel, they're just going to be a little bit later than expected. And there's nothing to worry about, because I feel some of you may worry about that, but I definitely see that this one's just taking their time. I feel this one's an old soul, been there, done that, coming in and just been like, you know what, time's just a man-made construct, don't have to worry about that, coming on my own time. So, there's nothing to worry about there, is what I see, okay? Now, also, we have this card that is really giving me vibes that, this card, even if you look it up, what the meaning of this card is, it's like, know that everything will be well, okay? So I feel right now, this is an energy that feels like something was on hold for you, or you feel something wasn't showing up for you, and I feel sometimes when things get taken away from us, stripped away from us, or even feel uncomfortable, know that whatever is being frozen out or taken away from us is not of benefit to us at this time. The universe will remove that when it feels that we're about to connect to something that perhaps is not really meant for us. So we can learn a lesson from it, but some of you, I feel, you're looking at things clearly. There's I just get an energy of you finding a solution to a problem, but also I see some of you have been letting go of something slowly that perhaps you feel has been toxic for you or is not really beneficial for you long term. Now, this could be a relationship, could be an environment, could also be a person. I feel, you've been slowly phasing this out, or slowly you've been noticing a change, and it's time to finally release it, okay? I also get this sense that some of you have really been connecting to your intuition or your intuitive and instinctual energy, because it's almost like, I get a sense from this card of being on autopilot, or in some way just doing life, almost like being on the go, just doing, and really not reflecting on how life has changed so much and you have so much more responsibility. I feel like this month you're really tapping into a deeper sense of self and really checking in with your path to know the way. Horses tend to represent progress. So I feel like something that was on hold starts to make progress. This could be a project, could even be a vacation that you were hoping to take but delayed it. I definitely see that something also in the way that you sleep. It's so important because you may be someone a little bit like me, maybe even, I'm not sure, but this is coming through for your energy in particular, not mine. Your energy is coming through. That some of you do your best thinking before bed, okay? And I feel some of you may feel a little bit overwhelmed with thoughts from like years ago, conversations, coulda, woulda, shouldas, just before bed. And it's really important to really think about what you are visualizing before you sleep, because you're connecting this month in particular to a higher vibration, and thoughts become things. So I really feel this is more about controlling your thoughts in such a way that you focus on the positive things that you expect to happen for your life further down the line, okay? So visualizing, the love of your life, if you're single, imagining what that person looks like, really visualizing that you're taking a vacation with that person, taking a shower or dinner with that person, really envisage the life that you want. For some of you, it may be that you want to envisage like a higher bank balance. So you may be seeing all the digits in your bank account and like pushing the buttons to get the money that you want out. And, when you visualize things like that, just before you sleep, you actually increase the vibrations with the universe to connect, to deliver what it is that the universe sees that you have right now. Because visualizing it, you're telling the universe, this is what you see. So this is what you kind of see right now, because it's actually available in your future, but you just need to tap into that vibration in order to say to the universe, I want that part of the future to come towards me. So I feel like you're paying close attention to thoughts before bed, okay? Now, also, we have the Empress energy. Now, for some of you, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. For some of you, beautiful Virgos, you may be going through the menopause, okay? Because we got the Empress card here, and we also have the Purity card, Ice, of course. So it could be some of you are entering into a different stage of life, and you're trying to manage the pressure of going through hormonal changes in your body. I feel like you're going to be able to find something that helps you. Now, this could come through the advice of a friend, or it could be something that you stumble upon, but I really feel like you're going to find a relief or a release to help you with some of those symptoms. Okay, that's of course not going to resonate with everyone, but it is coming through, so I must mention it there. But ultimately, across the board for my beautiful Virgos, I feel this month is all about managing pressure and channeling your excess energy into creative pursuits. Because this is, of course, a card of creativity, birthing new ideas. For some of you, as I said, if you're pregnant, you're having children, literally birthing a child, and congratulations there as well. When you get the Empress card, also it indicates that you're paying more attention to your own needs, and I feel like you have a lot of potential this month to really tap into new ideas. I'm seeing a light bulb in the water right now, so this means you're really switched on, that you are choosing the light, or you're choosing a healthier path. But also, I mean, it could literally mean that you're listening to this reading and changing a light bulb as you're listening to this reading, or maybe even a dominant light bulb in your house suddenly goes out and you're having to change it. But I feel it's more about your energy. Okay, that you have a renewed sense of energy, of clarity, but also of creativity, passion, and you're paying close attention to the world around you and connecting more to nature as well. This is a card of nourishment, and I feel whenever you get the Empress card in this position, it can indicate that you've been working really hard towards something, but you've not been seeing progress, almost to the point where you feel it's never going to work out for you, or there's no breakthrough. The end of May in particular, there is a major breakthrough for you, and I feel like you're going to see evidence of that breakthrough, and it's aligning you with some form of success. It may even come in the form of good news, because I feel like something that you've been waiting to hear about, or something that's definitely connected to your plans, I feel like you're going to be celebrating. Okay, I feel like there's some good news there for you. We also have the Queen of Pentacles, which of course is your energy, my beautiful Virgo. This is a Virgo card, and in the resistance position, it can indicate some of you are worried about finances. Some of you may be worried about your home space, or some of you may even be worried about people in your life, your family. You're trying to create a level of stability. You feel responsible. You want to help. You want to make sure everything is running smoothly and in order. And I feel like, we have to acknowledge that whilst we can be there for other people all the time and be there to help, we cannot do stuff for them all the time. We have to acknowledge that we also have needs that need to be adhered to. So I feel like, with respect, you're going to, of course, look after the people that you care about. You're going to nurture them and be there for them, but don't forget yourself. This is a message that keeps coming out. Don't forget yourself. And if you have been worrying about finances, I feel like some of you are going to be really bold and daring and set up a new venture this month that actually is going to be more financially lucrative than you expect at first. Some of you may have been thinking about this project for quite some time, and you may have been a little bit worried about how it would go, but I see it taking off for you there. I feel like you're going to be very disciplined with yourself. I do feel this month in general, whatever it is you're doing, Virgo, I feel like you're going to be very strict with your time. You're going to be very disciplined. You're focusing on your projects, and you're completely on top of your life and making it run smoothly there as well. Now, of course, there are 3 people in this reading. So there's an Emperor, Empress, and a Queen of Pentacles there. So I'm going to pull a card on this. If you're out there on the dating scene, or you just meet someone new, I would say take it slow with a new person, because they may have just come out of a high-level commitment relationship and they haven't healed, or they're not completely available emotionally. It doesn't mean that they're with the other person. It may mean they're not emotionally available to offer you the love that you truly deserve and desire. So you don't want to get stuck in something that perhaps hasn't got the potential to move forward at the pace that you're hoping for. So just watch out for that. That is coming through there. Can you show me this? For some of you, it could be siblings. It could be that a sibling that you haven't seen in a while returns. look, a lot of your cards are about managing stress levels, but it could also be about you like sorting through some baggage of some previous experiences. So if you're someone who has been cheated on in the past, for example, you may be trying to resolve those things within yourself, and you actually see that those people that did you wrong or betrayed you in some way, they were actually projecting their own fears of not feeling like they were enough. It was nothing to do with you, of course, and it may have felt very personal at the time, but I feel as you mature, you start to realize that actually they had a lot of baggage and wounds that they really needed to sort through, and they thought that you would fix them. And we can never truly fix another person. But I feel some of you are, really sort of getting closure on those situations in order to open yourself up to new love. And if you are looking for love, I do feel like there is a new person coming in. Page of Swords and the Two of Wands. Now, moving away from energy, with the Ten of Wands, I feel like a lot of you have stuff going on, okay? I really feel like some of you are asking yourself, are you doing too much? And you may be trying to have a new focus as well. So I feel don't spread yourself too thin. With the Two of Wands there, I do feel like something that you've put on hold or something you've been observing, waiting for, maybe even expecting is actually going to have a breakthrough for you. And I mean, for some of you, it could be that you're going to be headhunted for all the hard work that you do, and there's more money available to you. For some of you, you could have been searching for a property abroad for a long time, or even a property that's in a different neighborhood for some time, and it's felt like a lot. But suddenly there's a breakthrough, there's something that you're really interested in, something you're more curious about, and I feel like you're going to investigate it further, because also I feel some of you may be feeling that you have a lot on, and that perhaps someone is not pulling their weight, and you're kind of like stepping back and watching and waiting and observing what their actions are. So some of you are carers as well, and it's a very difficult thing to be a carer. And whilst you love what you do, and you give all of yourself, I feel some of you are hoping to have a bit of a rest or a break. Maybe it's a quick trip there, and you're just looking into something that will really help boost your energy and revitalize your spirits in some way. But also I feel there's someone here from your past. Moving away from the energy, I feel there's someone here from your past who has an apology for you. I feel like this person's been waiting a long time to say something about the way something ended. Now, it doesn't have to be an ex. It can be a friend. Could be a neighbor, it could be an old boss, it could be anybody, it could be a family member. Someone has a very important conversation to have with you this month. Maybe you've been waiting for this for a long time but thought it would never come, but I feel this person wants to resolve something, so that's coming through there as well. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, this is a card that indicates you're going to be very focused on your home, your family. That really also ties in with your fourth house of stability. But this is a card of, sticking to your plans and multiplying your money, or being resourceful with what you have and trying to create more opportunities to increase your finances, or to maybe even like do some DIY around the home space, but on a budget, or find discounted ways to, purchase whatever it is you're hoping to purchase. So I really feel like you're in the mode of nourishing and cultivating your landscape this month. And I'm not talking about a garden. I mean, some of you may even be very busy in the garden, or maybe even get an allotment, or maybe even be trying to move towards living independently off grid in some way. Maybe it's something that's been on your mind and you want to get back to nature in some way, and you've been working that trajectory towards it. You will accomplish your goal. Of course, it is going to be difficult. It's hard, but I definitely see that you have the strength to make it happen. And I do feel like there is respite for you this month, where you just get a little bit of rest. But ultimately, with that Queen of Pentacles and the Empress energy in the resistance position, I feel like there's something you've been meaning to do for you for a long time, and you just haven't got around to do it. But in the month of May, you're going to do it. This could be you've been desiring to get a massage. It could be that you've been hoping to, take a walk in the park, maybe read a book under a tree. Maybe it's been take yourself to the movies. Maybe it's been to reconnect to a project that's been calling to you for such a long time, but you've never had the time to do it. Whatever it is, I definitely see that you're going to connect to it in the month of May, and it's going to make you feel really fulfilled and kind of proud of yourself that you've carved out a moment of time for you. Now, of course, we also have number 35, and when you reduce it, 3 plus 5 is 8, again, the number of the self, and it says fecundity, rain, okay? Now, as you can see there, a seed has been planted, so this could be an idea. It could be the seed of a relationship. It could be the seed of you, starting to implement some lifestyle changes that are healthier for you. It could also be a move. Whatever it is that you feel like you're starting right now, it is going to grow exponentially, and it is really healthy for you. I really feel like you're on the right track with this energy. And, this card also indicates that the conditions of greater prosperity are going to be met. Okay, know that all will be well. I feel like those two cards are pretty much very similar. 9 of Pentacles is to be very independent. It is to increase your wealth in some way. It is to work towards a high level of the good life, luxury maybe even. But this is about you being self-sufficient and enjoying time by yourself, as well as enjoying creating more wealth. So I feel because of your 4th house, that's really influencing you. Don't get me wrong, you can be thinking about lots of other things, but this is the majority energy that may be influencing you at the end of the month. Now, when you get this card, it basically indicates that you will have everything you need to grow, okay? Or whether this is growing your business, whether it's growing a friendship, a relationship, or growing in terms of personal growth. I definitely see that you're on the right track for that. But also, because it's rain, I feel some of you, there may have been some uncomfortable experiences that you've had, and without rain, which can sometimes represent tears, blood, sweat, and tears, without it, things won't grow, including ourselves. So I feel like you have been through some testing times, but I feel like you're coming out the other side. You have grown exponentially because of it. You've matured, but also you're paving the way for better prosperity and better times ahead. So I definitely see that there's some really good stuff coming your way, especially at the end of May, okay? It includes news, some sort of news there. It feels very much like maybe there's been a blockage, or something has been difficult recently, and it's almost like you have a breakthrough because of it there. Now, we also have the Devil card. It says shadow self there. So there may be some fears about something new you're starting. Whenever we start to embrace things that are outside our comfort zone or outside our usual parameters, we can feel a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious, but know that that's when you are heading in the right direction, when it feels a little bit exciting. Of course, if it feels like it's not good, then you are intuitively staying away from that. But the Devil card, again, it's not an evil card. It basically highlights where we are worried, anxious, or feel helpless to change our situation. And for some of you, you may be looking at addictions. If you have, some sort of toxic trait or addictive trait that perhaps you're wanting to break through or shed at this time, I definitely see that you're on top of it, controlling it. For some of you, if you've been abusing substances and you've gone into a program of recovery, it could be that, you're really looking at that this month and seeing how far you've come and being really proud of yourself that you are in control of your destiny and you have overcome these temptations. For some of you, it could be that you are looking at toxic environments that you're removing yourself from, or you are actually deciding to disconnect from anything that makes you feel stuck or stagnant, because the natural order of humans is to move forward, to make progress, not to remain in the same position. So if you've been a little bit more of a homebody recently, for example, you may have been feeling that stagnant energy, and you may want to get out there and be in nature more, or connect more to friends, be more sociable. For some of you, this could literally be that you want to air your home, open the windows, let in fresh air. It gives a different energy. You may be doing some spring cleaning, for example, and some of you may also be trying to find like healthier products to clean with. I just get this energy of like purifying, because you've got so many cards that are indicating that you're choosing a healthier path. But let me just pull a card on this Devil card, because it can also indicate that time is a factor, that you're worried about time, or you feel a lot of pressure because there's just so much to do, so little time, or you always are on the go and you feel you need to restructure your strategy or your schedule in some way in order to have time for you. So let me just pull a card on this Devil card for you just to see what's going on there for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? For some of you, it's worry or obsession about something. 10 of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. So some of you are worried about how to change your finances. Maybe even some of you, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there, beautiful Virgos, if you've been going through a period of grief, if perhaps someone that was dearly close to you has transitioned at this time, you may be having to deal with their estate or their inheritance, and you're going through lots of legalities, and it just feels like a lot. It's overwhelming, and you're just trying to be practical, but at the same time, it's almost like you are in no man's land. It just feels like you're having to be practical, but at the same time, it's almost like your grief is kind of like maybe taking a back seat until such time as you deal with all this like paperwork and stuff, and it just feels unnatural. And I feel like give yourself some extra compassion there. There will be time for you to resolve these things, and it's hard, okay? There are no words. I can only send you so much love and so many hugs out there because it's difficult, okay? I feel, you know, time will be a healer. I know it's such a cliche of a sentence, but I feel time will lessen the intensity of it, but it will never truly go away. So, you know, I can only send you so much love out there if you're going through this very difficult time. And for some of you, with respect, I'm moving away from the energy, but some of you, beautiful Virgos, also are trying to make some major lifestyle changes, and you're saving up for that. This could be to purchase a home, it could be to move countries, it could be to move areas. For some of you, there could be some major changes that are going on around you right now, and you're just worried about the economy, or you're wondering if you're in a very stable position. I mean, with the Emperor there, you're in a very protective position. I feel like you're in a powerful position, and any changes or restructures that are happening that you're a little bit nervous about, they're actually for your highest good. Sometimes, you know, things have to be shifted or taken away from us so that we can grab onto something better, okay? So I feel there is definitely something better on the way. You're going from a 9 of Pentacles to a 10 of Pentacles there. So I definitely see that you're going to have a little bit more money to play with this month in order to save. Also, some of you may be a little bit more focused on changes in your home space or in your family unit in some way. And I feel like, you know, it can feel like a lot. It can feel like things are happening really quickly. For some of you, there's going to be a lot of paperwork to deal with, or just extra phone calls, emails, or things that are like reaching a due date, for example. Some of you may have to like pay a district or council bill or a tax bill, or it just feels like everything is coming at once. And this is going to be a month where you're just on top of things, but you're being practical about it as well there, okay? 10 of Pentacles actually means that you are attracting more wealth, also finding financial security, and, you know, you're using a wealth of knowledge and lessons that you've learned to take things to the next level in your life, and you're taking ownership of anything that's going on in your world. You're not ignoring it, and you are powering on through. And that Knight of Swords also indicates that you are, you know, basically changing a response to a difficult situation or a challenging situation, and you have a new way of thinking, behaving, and you're approaching the month in a different way where you're just totally on it, and you're not allowing anything to block your path there either. I mean, the 9 of Pentacles indicates that, you know, you're being self-reliant, self-sufficient, and you are sticking to your plans. You're being stricter with yourself, and I feel, you know, there will be lots of benefits that you'll see as you have a breakthrough this month there as well. Now, some of you may actually meet up or reunite with people that you haven't seen for a while this month. Okay, I definitely see that there. And some of you may even travel to your hometown to catch up with friends, family there as well. And it's just going to be a very nice time. It does feel like it's business as usual for you this month. I have to say that with the energy that's coming out there, but I feel like you're making the month really work for you and connecting to your passions as well, and rediscovering a part of yourself that you may have felt has lain dormant for quite some time as well. Okay, now we have they want me to go 2 more, so I will. Thank you so much. Spirit guides, guardian angels, can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Okay, so it says here, it's easy to be brave from a distance. Okay, so I feel like this really kind of is attached to somebody from your past, actually, who sort of comes in really strong. They message you perhaps, or, you know, and just don't follow through. So it's almost like they make bold claims, or they make bold decisions and tell you what they're going to be doing, but actually they don't follow through. So it's almost like it's brave to be at a distance, but you're leading with the Emperor energy, and that is a very brave card. So I feel actually this is not your energy. I feel for some of you it could be someone who has kept their distance. You know, it feels that you're seeing through this, whatever this is. We've also got, don't be afraid to cry. It will free your mind of sorrowful thoughts. And it's from the Hopi prophecies there as well. So I definitely get an energy here that, you know, it's almost like you've been holding on to everything or trying to make everything work. And sometimes in order to release the pressure, good old cry, you know, especially since you got the pressure card and you've got the ice there. Some of you have been just trying to like do life, and it's okay to just release and drop your shoulders. And, you know, I know it won't change your circumstances, but it changes the way you feel about them in that moment. And that in turn changes your vibrations. But I definitely see that there are better things here to come for you, and whatever it is you're working towards, there is a breakthrough. And I feel like you're actually doing a really good job. So if no one's told you today, I'm telling you today, you're doing a really good job with the resources that you have at this moment, and things are heading in the right direction for you. We've also got new dawn. So some of you are really trying to implement new structures, new pathways, cultivating new landscapes for you as well. It says here, expect the dawn of a new beginning, to hunt for who you've not yet become. Isn't that interesting? It says early stages, letting go of the past, and start. And then we also have becoming. Really odd that you got those 2 cards, because this one says, you're becoming the person that you've meant to be and owning your story, personal transformation, self-awareness. So this is really about you stepping into a very philosophical stage of your life, really, you know, focusing on not only the important things and the important moments and the important people in your life, but also really looking at where you spend your energy. Who deserves your energy, your time? Are you really heading in the direction that you really want to head in? I definitely see that you're on the right trajectory, you're on the right path. But some of you may be wondering, is this path as rewarding as I thought? So you may actually approach it in a different way or from a different mindset in some way. And I definitely see that you're implementing some new experiences this month that will open you up to a bit of a new horizon. I feel like there's a bit of awakening happening here for you as well. But things are going to get easier. I'm just going to get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay, we have... So the first rune we have here is the water rune. That's all about emotions. So this is also to pay close attention to the dreamscape, or just before you slip into the dreamscape there. This is also a rune that indicates some of you may even be having heightened intuition or even psychic moments this month. If you are a natural psychic, you will be developing your skill set this month, also deepening your connection with your inner core, but also your gifts there as well. But this is also, you know, about you sort of moving away from temptation and stepping away from anything that you feel is not good for you, and that really connects to all the cards that you got. Also, we have the arrow, okay? So this means you're on target for all of your endeavors. I mean, I always connect this energy to Mars as well. So this really tells me that you are harnessing the energy available to you to be on target with your plans, and you are going to make a breakthrough here. I also see that you're very, very strong, very focused. And I definitely see that this month you're going to look back on it as a month where you really took charge and changed your life in some way for the better. And also we have better luck. We got the horseshoe there. So this may even be a sign or a symbol that you'll see over the coming weeks and months to indicate that there is better luck available to you. But also, I mean, this can connect to like a new home. Okay, it used to be typically hung over the door of a new home to symbolize, you know, all who enters will receive luck. For some of you, it could be that, I mean, you got a horse here and there's a horseshoe. So it could be that some of you, if you are a horse rider or you work on a ranch, or it could be you deepening your instinctive energy, where you are being led by your passions, and something that perhaps has been laying dormant for some time is suddenly reignited. Your passion is reignited and you're galloping towards it, and you're not looking back there either, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. Very complex, maybe even a little bit off the usual kind of energy readings that I get, but I hope it resonates with someone out there. If it does resonate with you in some shape or form, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Virgo, and love and light.